Greetings, this is Thetruthwillrise, back with a new video, and what I want to kind of get into today is something that I normally don't talk about, things in popular culture, except, except, if it has a certain underlining message that's harmful to people, then I'll delve into that. And I guess you could say this video was kind of in that ilk. But I'm going to jump right into it. I want to just real quick give my commentary and breakdown of this Basketball Wives show. I don't have to go into what it is, but it's been out for quite a few years, and I've had a few people, hit me up and ask me about certain things, shows of this nature, and, usually I don't talk about it, but I felt, it was time to address some of those questions and kind of give my commentary and my breakdown of the show. And, really after watching a little bit of this madness, that is without a doubt one of the biggest pieces of monkey crap on the television. This show is an absolute, complete waste of film. I cannot understand. And, I gotta start from the top. The EP, the driving force behind the show, the former Miss Shawnee O'Neal. And some I've heard, I guess, Harold, here's this great woman and yada, yada, yada. And at least not in this sense. And here's why. Because that show, it makes women look so bad and petty and just, it's another one of these shows that just disrespects the womanly, the feminine principle in nearly every way imaginable. And for the life of me, I don't see how a woman could watch this garbage and just not be totally disgusted, in terms of how it portrays these ladies. I'm not even going to get into the fact that though the show is called Basketball Wives, most of the women on there aren't actual basketball wives, ex-girlfriends, mothers of children, fiancés, all this nonsense, which, if I'm going to have a show called Basketball Wives, I would actually have wives on there. So it seems to me that's false advertisement. It also seems to me that the real wives of NBA players, somebody, probably their husband, got enough sense to not let them be affiliated with such nonsense. But getting back to my point here, this show, oh goodness, it just portrays women in such a negative light. And for all the women and people who complain about the depictions and portrayal of women, and rightfully so, and all these misogynistic music videos and all these other things, are strangely silent, when it comes to this television show. And to me, this is far more damaging, than a music video. Because, I don't even want to say it, but you'll probably have people aspiring to be like some of these yahoos. And I'm trying to be nice and not, say what I want to say. But, on this show. And it's just really, it's a disgusting program. I can't understand, the point, why there's always this conflict, because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say most of the people who watch this garbage are not in the same tax bracket as these ladies. And I use that term loosely, I should say females. And, it's like, hey, all my bills are paid, let's argue about something stupid, or let's go to a restaurant and fight and cuss and do all of these things, and you're supposed to be a mother and all of, but yet you acting like you're still in high school, and this is what's being portrayed to the masses, and this show, it's awful. And if you watch it, you may find it entertaining and whatnot, but honestly, it's kind of like, and you may even think it's a joke. You may feel as I do, but by watching it, you're only giving, fuel to them to continue to make the show, and you're putting money obviously in people's pockets who don't deserve it. I mean, that show, it what I've seen, it makes me as a man cringe just to see how the women on this show carry themselves. And if I had a daughter, or when I have children, I would hope, or even if she was grown and she behaved in that manner, I would come and snatch her up, because some of that stuff is just unacceptable, And for humanity, as well as our own community to get back on track, it has to start with the family, and that show right there, and a few others, is about as damaging to all of those principles that are at the bedrock of a solid society as you can get, and I can't, watching that show for another 10 seconds would probably be, the biggest waste of life ever. But I'm just gonna wrap it up, because that show is garbage. It's an absolute joke. And I just feel really bad for the people on there. I almost feel bad for the families in a sense, because I would be, quite frankly embarrassed if I saw my mother on television behaving like that. Maybe the money's worth it. But whatever. But this is The Truth Will Rise, and a thoroughly disgusted Truth Will Rise, and I'm signing off. Wishing everybody much peace, much power, much positivity. Peace.